What's going on, guys? My name is Jay, and in this video I want to show you how you can create your custom HTML5 player. Here you can see that I have some HTML, and the only thing I'm doing is I'm requesting a reset CSS file, a font awesome CSS, which I'm going to use for the play button, a style CSS that is right here. The only thing I have is a container with flexbox that we're going to use to center the video. We have here that container inside our body. We have a container for the video and the actual video. After that, we are requesting a JavaScript file, which is right here, but it's empty. We're gonna add some stuff here later. All right, and here you can see how my video looks. It's huge, it's a high definition video. And right now is the actual size of the video. That's why you see this. So we need to create some width. So let's go here. All right, let's go down here. And if you go back to HTML, you will see this class of video in our video. So let's go video and let's say width 100%. And now you can see the video is 100%. So it's taking 100% of our viewport. And you can see that, but we don't want that. We want the video to stay like in a specific size or a specific container, right? So we have this container, see video. So I want the video to stay inside that container. So let's go there, go see video. So let's put width 100% because I want the container to be responsive, but this container is going to be maximum width of 800 pixels or whatever you want, really. Let's save it. And now we can, you can see that we have a container with a maximum width and the video is not going further. So there you go. And still responsive. That's great. All right. And now these controls, I want to hide them because I want to create my own controls. So it's very simple. You can see here that the video have this controls option. You have a ton of options that you can add here, but I'm going to remove those because I'm going to add my own. So let's save it. And now you can see they're gone, but there's no option now to play the video. So let's create that. So let's go here after the video. Let's add a controls div, and inside the controls div, there's going to be all the controls that we're gonna do, like play, volume, all that stuff. So for now, I'm just gonna do like the bar that displays the current time and the play button. So let's do orange bar because my bar is gonna be orange. Inside that orange bar, it's gonna be my color. So it's gonna be like orange juice, we can call it. Orange juice. All right, and then after this orange bar, we need to create our play button. So let's call everything inside this div is going to be like play button or whatever, volume, all the things that you want to add. So let's call it buttons. Inside there, I'm gonna add my button for my play. So I'm gonna add an ID of play, pause, button because it's gonna be both. They're gonna toggle. When you click play, it changes to pause. So let's say play, pause, something like that. All right, cool. So I added an ID because I'm gonna use it for JavaScript. Sometimes it's better to have the ID there. But you can use a class or whatever you want, really. Let's save that. All right, and here you can see that we have the button. It doesn't have any style or anything. So let's go to the CSS and let's do something. Let's do the controls first. So controls. This is like the container of all the controls, like the current time, the play button, the volume button, all that stuff. So let's do display flex. we're gonna do position absolute. Now I'm doing display flex because that way it doesn't matter what you add, everything's gonna be distributed evenly, like beautifully, so it looks beautiful. You don't have to like go crazy with CSS. Display flex is gonna do everything for me. So position absolute. Let's do bottom 0 because we want the controls to be at the bottom of the container. With 100%, we want it to take 100% of the container, of course. Flex wrap. That way, if some of the controllers take more space than other ones, they're gonna stack. So that's wrap. Let's create a background color. Maybe this background is gonna be like a black with some opacity. So let's do RGBA 0, 0, 0, and alpha 0. Let's do 7. Let's see how it looks. All right, so now you can see that we have the controls here with that background, but because it's position absolute, it's going like in a position on the viewport. So we need to add on the video container position relative, so it stays inside that container. So let's save it, and there you go. Now it doesn't get out of this container. It's in the bottom of the container because we put bottom 0, and that's it. So that's looking good so far. All right, so now we have to create this play button. So let's do buttons, button. There's a button inside the buttons div. Let's do background none. We need to remove all that default CSS. Border 0. Outline 0. And we need the cursor to be a pointer. All right, now we cannot see it, of course, because we removed all the style of that button. Let's add the play icon using font awesome. So let's do button, buttons, button, before, content. And now if you know about font awesome, you know, they have like a ton of freaking icons and you can use it right here in the content, which is very cool. So the play button is F144. We're gonna do font family, font awesome 5, and the free version. I'm using the free version, so you can go ahead and use the free version. They have a paid version, but what I'm using right now is free, okay? So let's do like a width, 30 pixels, maybe a height of 30 pixels. Let's do inline block. So it's gonna be display inline block. Font size 28 pixels. The color is going to be white. And something that I want to add is font smoothing. So the fonts look very smooth. This in some browsers, you know, it looks a little weird. So I'm going to add WebKit. If I can write, font smoothing. All right, so now let's save it. And there you go. We have the play button, and you can see when you hover, it's actually a button. So let's add some padding to all this thing because it's like very tight. So let's go here, let's do buttons. Let's add like like 10 pixels that's good. All right, that's good. It's looking a lot better. And now we're gonna add some CSS that, depending like when you click, it actually changed to the pause button, and when you click back, it changed to the play button. So that's gonna be on JavaScript, but I wanna get the CSS done right now. So it's very simple. Let's do buttons, button dot play. So we're gonna add a play class to this play button and a pause class to the pause button. So the only thing that's gonna change is the content. When the play button is there. And the same thing, I'm just gonna copy and paste. And here I'm gonna change it to pause. All right, and the play button is gonna be the same as this one. And the pause button is, which one is it? I have it somewhere in here, F28B. That's a pause button. So if this button have a class of play, change the content to this. If it have a class of pause, change the content to this, which is the pause icon. All right. So let's save that, make sure that's there. And now let's create the orange bar, which is going to be right here on the top, is the orange bar that is going to display the current time. So when you play this video, you're going to see that orange bar going all the way to the end until the video ends. So let's go here, dot orange bar. So let's do height of 10 pixels. It's gonna be top 0, left 0, and a width of 100%. And then inside that orange bar, we're gonna have the orange juice, which is the actual color. This is just like the container of that bar. So let's do orange juice. It's gonna be a height of 10 pixels, same thing as the container. And this width is gonna be controlled by the JavaScript, but for now, let's add like 100 pixels so we can see it. And then the background color, it's gonna be an orange. So I think we have something, yeah, this orange red color, that's good. Well, let's save it. And there you go. So this is the orange bar that we're gonna see. You know what? Let's change background color like to black. Something that we can see the difference. There you go. That's better. So now we have this bar that's the bar that is gonna go depending on the time of the video. Is gonna change and keep growing the width. This width is gonna grow depending on the time of the video. So let's remove the width for now. Okay. And now that we have the play button, like the controls and everything, one thing that I want to do is hide it. I want to hide it. And when you hover the video, then it shows. So to do that, we have to add something to the controls. So let's do here, transform, translate Y, 100%. Let's save it, let's see how it looks. All right, so 100% is taking the whole thing 100% down. So it's right, it's right below the video. So one thing we're gonna do is add to the video container, add overflow hidden. And now we can't see it. But I want to show a little bit of that orange juice so we can see the current time of the video, even if we are not hovering the video. So we're going to do on transform, we're going to add translate Y negative, it can be 10 pixels. Let's see. All right, 10 pixels. It can be even a little bit less, 5. I like that. It can be 10 pixels too, but I like that too. So we can see this if we are not hovering the video, but if we hover, I want to display the whole thing. So let's do this. When you go here and you hover the whole container of the video, you're gonna video, hover. We need to show the controls and we need to change this. Transform, translate, let's change it. And let's do 0. So this is the original position, which is 0. Let's save that and let's see if it works. Yep. That's what I want. But of course, I want it to be smooth. So let's add here on the controls transition. All in 0.2 seconds. So it's kind of quick, you know. There you go. That's what I want. So if you hover, you can kind of use all the controls that you have here. If you don't, you can keep watching the video, but you can't see the bar growing, so you know where the video is. Perfect. So now we are ready to add some JavaScript so we can make this thing grow depending on the time of the video, and we can play and pause the video. So let's go to JavaScript. First, let's create some variables that we need. So the variable for the video, going to be variable video equals to document dot query selector, and we're gonna select the video. All right, and I'm just gonna copy and paste this one, and we need to create the variable for the juice, our orange juice, and it's gonna be orange juice. And then our button is gonna, it can be btn. Instead of query selector, I have an ID, so let's get element by ID, and this is gonna be play, pause. All right, that's good. And now we need to create the play and pause toggle function. So let's do function. Let's do toggle, play, pause. This can be whatever you want, doesn't have to be that name. And I'm gonna create a conditional statement like if this is true, do this, if it's not, do this. So if the video is paused, so video dot, and remember I'm using video here because I have the variable video. If you have something else, then you need to use that. So paused, we're gonna change the button class. So button class name equals to pause. And we're gonna do video, dot play. Else we're gonna do button. The class of that button is gonna change to play, and we're gonna pause the video. All right, let's save that. And now that's the function. Now we need to kind of use the function when we click. So let's go here and say button dot on click equals to function. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can do whatever you want. Like, let's do like an alert, for example. Play, save. And now if I click, you can see play. So instead of that, I'm just gonna run the function toggle play pause. Let's save it and let's see. All right. And look at that. So video is playing, the actual button changed, because if we go here, let's see if we can see it. Where's the button? Is right here. So you can see that we have a class of play right now. If we click on it, it changed to pause. If we click again, it changed to play. And that's changing the icon, which is great. That's what we want. Now we need this current time. We need to change the current time. And if we play, it needs to like start changing the width of this orange juice bar. All right, so for that we need to add an event listener. So let's do video dot add event listener. It's going to be called time update, comma function, and we're going to add a function here, which is let's create a variable called I don't know, juice position, juice pause, that's okay. Juice position is going to be the video current time divided by video dot duration. Okay, and this is going to get me like a number. Okay, so the current time, duration are things that comes with the video, with the HTML5 video. Okay, so now all I have to do is get this juice, this orange juice bar. So let's say juice dot style. So now I'm playing with the CSS. Width is equal to juice position, which is the number that we have right here, by 100. And then we're going to add that percentage. So it's going to give us a number, and because we added this percentage, it's going to say 1%, 2%, whatever, 3%, and the width is going to change with the time. Okay, so we are changing the width, the CSS width percentage with this. Okay, let's save it. All right, let's play it, and there you go. Now we have this. Let's inspect this element. Let's see what's happening here. Look at this. So the orange juice width style is changing depending on the time. And then it goes to 100 and it stops. See? That's it. Now something that I want to do is when the video ends, I want to change this to the play button again. So we can do that right here. We can do if video dot ended. I can do button dot class name equals to play. Let's do it again. All right, this is working. You can see the width here changing, which is very, very cool. And let's see if this play button changed at the end of the video. Awesome, it changed. So now you can see and you can kind of play it again. I know we only added the play button and the current time bar, but you can add volume and other controllers. So there's a link in the description if you want to keep going, but this is a great starting point. And that's it. Subscribe if you want to keep learning and click on the bell icon to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.